Alright folks, so today we've got Beast Zach. Today he is in the T54 Mod 1. He is bottom tier this game, and let's see, he is on the map Minsk, which I don't really care for, but if you're going to be bottom tier, a Mod 1 is not a terrible tank to be in. Would be almost preferable to be in something with some gun depression, but at least he's got a little bit of turret armor, right? So he's pushing over to the medium side. It looks like there are a lot of heavy. I don't know why he's shooting his friendly in the butt, but he is. And he's going to push up here and see what happens. It looks like they've got a 121, which is a medium, I believe. And they've got a T54E1, Type 61, and that's about T34 too, but that's kind of a poor tank. So he's going to side scrape this corner, which this thing has 80 millimeters of turret side armor, so that's not a terrible choice. His teammate in the Progetto 46 is really pushed up a long ways, especially when you're facing stuff like a Centurion 7-1 and a T54E1, which is an autoloader. So looks like we're being a little aggressive here. And he's able to track the scent. And he's in a side scrape angle, it looks like now. And wow, that was nice. Heat round into the tracks. And the E1, it looks like, has the small gun. So there's a lot here. I don't think I would have pushed up this far, but nevertheless, look at all the gold rounds slinging, right? So he hits behind this Patton, which is smart, you know? And he's able to put tracking shots into this Centurion. Now that Centurion has the small gun, so we know that he's only got 226 pen unless he's firing gold, but he was firing AP. And the people are already calling their teammates idiots, but in reality, okay, let's look. It's 3 minutes in, you're a top tier tank and you're dead already. So I don't know. Not sure I can agree with the assessment that your team are a bunch of idiots. So I approve of him using gold rounds here. You can pen that bulge all day, and you can probably pen it with standard rounds, but you're facing a tier 9 autoloader, so I don't disagree with you at all. So he does the smart thing, takes a gun out, and ooh, this is kind of dangerous. He does get a hit on the 121, which is not a very good tank, by the way, but wow, 550. What a roll. 440 is his average damage, so that is that's the highest roll he could possibly get. 550. Dang. That's unfortunate. Looks like they've got a light tank in their backfield now, and he's winning his side, but the other side has not been won. And he's up to 1,800 damage, 2,100 block in a tier 10 game and 300 assists. So now it's time to relocate. And he's playing chasey with this other light tank, and luckily the light tank gets taken out, but it looks like they've lost the heavy side, which is really, really unfortunate, right? So generally, guys, if your team, if you've died 3 minutes in and you're a top tier, you are really hurting your team, you know? It's just the way it is. Even the Unicum on their team is mad. So I don't know what happened on that other side, but dang. I did not know you could climb this. Now I know. I don't know exactly what he's doing here, but looks like there's a JT-88 and a Scorpion G. And he's able to pick up some assists there. And that was a nice shot. That was an important shot for him to make. So, good movement. 3 kills thus far. And it's 8-12. It's not looking good, folks. They got a tier 9, 2 tier 9s and a tier 8. And the enemy still has an Object 277, a 2684, a Conqueror. Oh my goodness. They're in trouble. But as you can tell, our hero here is doing his very best. And that's unfortunate he didn't pin that shot. I don't care for this tank. I played it on Combat's account some, and I find that the armor is really only good against lower tiers, and the gun handling is really quite poor. So in this case, when you're able to stay hull down, it's quite a good tank hull down. And the Conqueror's firing AG. So I would think you're going to get some shots on this guy. Some more shots. Yes, that's fantastic. You're down to 2 guys. And that is not a tank you really want to face, right? That 2684 can pin you almost anywhere. He's not aimed at you, though. I'm not against the HE spam at this point. But that doesn't quite work out, and this Conqueror, nice shot. So 2,900 damage, fantastic. Now, I like what you're doing here. You're staying hull down. That T-30 is going to have a hard time pinning you, or he should. And these guys are making the classic mistake of just going face on with you, right? So 3,700 damage, nice. And that Patton is friggin' holding it down too. So you've got 4 kills, he's got 3, but 3,700 damage in a tier 10 game is amazing. There's going to be an interesting medal at the end of this. So the only guy with a brain on the enemy team decides he's going to flank you. So good on him. Good thought process from him, right? So now you're kind of stuck in a bad position because of that Type 61. And you're deciding to push up. What is left? Oh, 2 tier 8s and a tier 9. It's manageable now. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. Nice shot, though. That puts you over 4,000 damage. 4,000 damage in a tier 10 game. And look at that. Good luck, buddy. You know, instead of blaming and yelling and screaming at your team, you played your best, and then you wished good luck to the other player. I really, really like to see that. Excellent. So regardless of what happens in this game, I like to see that, because you can only control what you can control, right? And you guys turned what was a sure loss into a very competitive game. So really, really nice. It's too bad your platoon mate died so early. Imagine if he would have survived. Imagine you guys probably would have won that. And that's an exercise in not dying early, right? But anyway, nevertheless, great game. Thanks for sending it in. Let's go ahead and look at the after action on this. Okay, here we are at the after action. This is a defeat. 32 bonds you got out of this. I don't know how you got 32 bonds, but a Nichols medal. That destroy at least 4 enemy vehicles or tank destroyers with a medium tank in one battle, and they have to be 1 tier higher. So that is an extremely unusual medal, right? And it was an ace tanker, as we mentioned, for 4,000 damage, 1,048 XP. So you were top of the team by 250 almost. That Patton did very well. Your E100 did okay. It's just the enemy team kind of rolled the other side, unfortunately. 30 shots, 26 hits, 17 pens. Not surprising at all with the gun handling, and also with the fact that you were facing tier 10s, right? And almost 1,000 assists. So that takes you up. That's a 5K game right there. That is impressive. And even with all the gold you fired, you had personal reserve bonuses and an achievement going. So you ended up netting 132,000 credits. That's amazing. So, and you had some achievements and bonus for premium vehicle, and it looked like it was on 2 times or something. Oh, it was because you have a premium account. 3,000 experience for your crew. So, fantastic game. Thank you for sending that in. We will catch you guys on the next one. Toanster out.